everyone, and thank you for joining me on our last episode here of A Look Inside Cast in Chrome. Today we'll be looking at, of course, everyone's favorite hood ornament, the Spirit of Ecstasy, on this 1923 Rolls-Royce Salamanca town car. It is another vehicle here owned by the Frick. It is part of our collection. It comes to us from William Penn Snyder III, a local car collector. The vehicle is actually very rare because it was in his family from its purchase in 1923. It was purchased by his grandmother, and it came to us in 2002, having had only the one family owner. So today we will look at the Rolls-Royce ornament Spirit of Ecstasy, which everyone is probably very familiar with. It is designed by Charles Sykes, a British-born artist, born in 1875, who passes away in 1950. And it is actually a fun story of how the ornament comes to be. So in the early days of motoring, as we've kind of discussed, ornaments were used to personalize vehicles. Prior to having what we call factory ornaments, ornaments could be picked up by anyone who just wanted to add some personalization to their vehicles. Well, Claude Johnson, the managing director at Rolls-Royce, hated this idea. He was finding that people were putting just repulsive and horrible items on their car, in his opinion. He happened to come across a vehicle owned by Lord John Douglas Montagu, the second Baron of Montagu of Belleau in England, who was an avid car collector and enthusiast. He had actually published an auto magazine, and he had on his car a very lovely and tasteful, by Mr. Claude Johnson's opinion, an ornament that he called the Whisper, and it was of a young lady, her kneeling down in her robes with her finger to her lips, suggesting a hushed sound. Mr. Johnson approached the Montagu about who made this and how he could get one for himself. So Charles Sykes is the artist. Claude Johnson approaches him to commission this item, and he creates what we see here, the Spirit of Ecstasy. And she is modeled after the same muse that inspired Montagu on the Whisper. So the little backstory of that is Lord Montagu had a secretary by the name of Eleanor Thornton, and he had had an affair with her, so she becomes his mistress, and the idea is that the Whisper is kind of a nod to this secret relationship they had that he put on the hood of his car. Sykes again used Thornton for his depiction here of the Spirit of Ecstasy, again with these robes kind of attached to her body, flowing behind her, looking like wings as though she is taking off in flight. And Mr. Sykes, of course, loved this styling and thought it was just the greatest idea to have this great detail on his car, and it becomes synonymous with the Rolls-Royce. So even today, if you are a Rolls-Royce buyer, the most important feature that car can have is the Spirit of Ecstasy hood ornament. Although the car can cost you up to $400,000, you are willing to pay that extra money for that ornament. In today's ornaments, rather than having it attached here to the hood of the car, to the radiator cap, it actually is retractable into the engine so that if anyone gets too close to your car, it will just disappear. Again, I want to thank Allegheny Regional Asset District, the Richard King Mellon Foundation, and the Pennsylvania Bureau of Tourism for their support of our ongoing programs, and we hope to see you on April 24th when the exhibition opens. Thank you.